Hey guys, this is Production Music Live and welcome to the second modes video. Last time we talked about the Dorian mode and this time we will talk about the Mixolydian mode because I think this is the second most common mode. You will find the link in the description for the first Dorian tutorial and I will also post the playlist with all the other music theory tutorials. I will do a little recap, but if you're pretty new to music theory, I recommend you watching the Dorian first. So let's start with having a look at a famous Mixolydian song, which I think all of you know. Well, just listen to it first. So I think after this first little section here, you already knew which song it is. And this is also because here right away at this part, we kind of have this Mixolydian flavor. Let's continue. So this part is already more resolved, right? We have this one here is quite dark and it is minor. And then we have this part here following up, and this one is major. So we are in C Mixolydian, which is in major scale. So this is our C, and here we have our major third. We have a little D here inside, but this has nothing to do with the Mixolydian, and we could also play an E here. This is typical C major here, and here we have something different. We know from previous tutorials C major scale all the white notes, starting from C. And we can easily see here we have this A sharp in there. So this Mixolydian mode, and a mode is, at the end, it is just a scale, and a scale is just a selection of preferred note that matches well together. So this C Mixolydian is a major scale because the chord of the root note, in this case the C, is a major chord. But the interesting thing now is that compared to the normal C major scale, the C Mixolydian has one difference. And this is this, you can say this -7. So this A sharp should be up there at B. If we now look at the chords we have available in Mixolydian, we will see that this B is missing and our G chord, normally it's a G major chord, is a minor chord. G instead of, and that's the whole difference. But also very important is that this takes place in the G chord. And the G chord is a very important chord because if we are in a C environment, the G is the note with the strongest relationship to the C. For example, if I play the C sharp and we compare C sharp to G, that's kind of a tension, right? It's not as resolved as the C. So if you compose in C major, you will always have the G major chord because it's a really important and resolving chord in this progression, and also the G note is a very important note. So let's quickly have a look how the scale looks. this is a normal C major scale. You can see all the white notes. And I've just said, well, the difference to an Mixolydian is the minor sevenths. So this is the difference here, right? So if we want to compose now in this mode, we have to make sure that we play the A sharp instead of the B. And if we want to just compose in Mixolydian, then we should never play the B, just the A sharp. But we also can mix it up. You would take this scale now, and now you have different chords available. It is always, if you know the scale, it is you take one, you skip the next, you take one, skip the next, you take one, and 3 notes making a scale. C, E, G is C major because here we have a major triad. Now if we are in C major and we want to build this G chord, this G major chord, we would go from G, skip one, B, skip one, D. G, B, D, G major. Because we have again here a major triad, so 3 semitones in between. Now if we go to our Mixolydian, and I told you before, wait, this is wrong. So we have G, we skip one, take this one, skip one, take this one. So the fifth is the same, but we have the A sharp and not the B, and we have a minor triad here and not a major. By the way, with this skip one technique, you can figure out all the chords, all the basic triad chords you have available inside your scale, and these chords are called diatonic because they are part of the scale and not using any note outside of a scale. Okay, actually, let's start to write a chord progression here. We have our simple house rhythm. We are at 120 beats per minute. Now let's just copy this rhythm here all over our 4 bars. Those are 4 bars here. First rule, if you compose now in Mixolydian, the best way to start is with the root note, in this case the C, because this will make it easy for the listener to understand in which harmonic environment he actually is. We need a C chord, and we know we have a major third here. So let's play it 2 bars. So the next thing now is, remember, somehow in our chord progression and melody, we have to play this A sharp, because we could now play like C major, then F major and D minor, and then this A sharp wouldn't be part of our chord progression, and we wouldn't be really Mixolydian. So let's play in G. Let's play in G minor chord here, and then let's play in F major. So F major, here you can see major triad. So now we have C major, G minor, and F major. So G minor, not major. That's important. So this is Mixolydian, and this is C major. Let's go back to the A sharp, and now let's make it a bit more interesting. The first thing would be, we wanna maybe invert the chords a bit, and I'm going to deactivate this preview button. Move this up a bit and listen again. We have just a different order of the notes, right? what I'm doing now has nothing to do with composing in a mode. It is just the voicing of chords, and we will add some passing chords here to make it more interesting. So I'm adding the bass notes C, G, and F. And now we could do a little transition here. We could, for example, take the A minor chord. The A minor and the C major, they have two notes in common. It's the C and the E. And we could just easy build an A minor here. It also works, but we want to introduce this A sharp here before playing this G minor chord. Now, if you know well the scales, it is quite easy to figure out which chord to play. So it would be possible to play the D chord, and we would arrange it something like this. So listen in. The best way to figure out which chord you should add is, if you know your scale, you can go. So this is the progression till now. And now we could see, for example, this would also be possible, but then we have to play F again. And this would be a bit boring. So we have also the E and the D, and D is perfect for this kind of passing chord because it shares an important note with the G minor and this the D. If you know the chords, you can just try different things. And for example, now we have D, F, and A, which is D minor. So maybe, of course, we want to change here a bit at the end as well. And let's do something special. Let's have a look which chord is built out of the A sharp. So C, we skip C, go to D, and we skip E, go to F. Let's just delete them and let's move this up. So we can easily see this is too high. We don't want to play both of them that high. Well, so we have a big transition here with a big step here. So we could just say, yeah, why not take the bass note. This transition here between those two chords is maybe not so nice. And because of that, we can change a bit. Play here D as root note, and this would make D minor, and the C is just a 7, the minor 7. So as you can see, the F major and the D minor also share a lot of notes. The F and the A. Those chords, by the way, are also substitution chords. Okay, and you can start adding. Maybe you want to shorten. You can have so much fun here with this basic progression of C going to G, going to F. This would be already our Mixolydian chord progression. Okay, so two things are important. Of course, we have to play the C major if we are in C Mixolydian. and we have to play the G minor. Otherwise, we can't really hear that we are in Mixolydian. And I show you something. Normally, this B makes the C major 7th chord. Now, we've heard this progression a few times, and if I play this now, it's horrible. Our ears are already set to this year. Okay, so let's find some nice rhythm here. So now, of course, we could just duplicate this all over. Let's make it real quick. We could, for example, do something like this. Of course, we wanna play this magical note here, this A sharp. Let's do some variation, for example. Okay, this was this B and sounded horrible, so move up, of course, one step. You know what? Let's have a quick listen at those plug and melodies here. In EDM, we have like 80% of the times we're playing the minor scale, so F minor. But this is an interesting major scale because we have this minor 5th. So it's kind of an happy, sad scale, a sad major scale or something. Because the second most important chord that used to be major is minor. Visit us at productionmusiclive.com and I hope to see you next time.